Yo, what's up, fighting fans out there? And it's on to another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am your host, Edwin. And where do all fights start? Round one. We got a good show for you here today. I want to talk about one of my subscribers and give thanks to. He looked in the archives and found that photo I was talking about. So we're gonna talk about a couple boxing things, but we do want to get up on WhatsApp later. So fight fans, stay tuned here. Give the videos a like, subscribe to the channel, and like always, let's get right into this video. What's up, guys? I just okay. All right, good. So sound effects. Armando in the building. How you doing, buddy? Hold on, give me a second. What? Okay. Got a little off beat there. A little anxious today. Okay. I just gotta set this up here. They keep flagging me. Yo, there's like I see my analytics and it says like I'm getting more subscribers, but they're not showing up. And I'm like looking at the analytics and I'm like saying, but it says 12 here, 14, like every month. And I'm like looking at it and I'm like, so I don't know what YouTube's doing, man, but I don't know if it's catching up to if it's a delay or I don't want to say that they're purposely doing this, but one thing saying one thing, but hey, it is what it is, whatever. What's up, Amanda? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining in, man. I just wanted to chop it up and give thanks exactly to you, my man. Um, so when you guys are joining into the live screen, coming in today, I wanted to share this. Uh, I believe it was yesterday or sometime earlier in the week. I did bring up a story, right, about a particular time in my life, when I was boxing and everything, right? And all of us don't get to achieve that pinnacle of becoming a pro. Life plays in, and some of us take different roles in life. We're not all fortunate enough to live out our dreams. So my little Super Bowl, my little moment, I talked about it. So one of my loyal subscribers, right, Armando Nieves, took it upon himself to go out to Holyoke, to the actual city of where the event was held. So I want you to just guys to know this, that he went there. He called me. We were looking for a while, for quite some time. And it kind of seemed like we were going through the years, it wasn't going to be found. And I started to lose a little hope. I was just like, look, man, because to be realistic, it was just like he had these big books and he's going through them and he's telling me there's a lot of cool moments he was running into. A lot of old memories came up, names, Jose Rivera, Bobby Harris. They were all in there. Even Scully from Massachusetts. Scully was all up in the books. So he's going through and he's reading them off to me and everything. And the lady starts talking to him. They allowed him to use his cell phone because he was like the only person in the library, which I was very thankful for. So we were able to talk and I was able to tell him things he's going through. And all of a sudden, he says, Edwin. I says, what? He said, I found it. I said, no, you didn't. He says, I found it. Yo. So I'm like, send me a picture. Like, like show it to me. And he starts reading it off and everything. And sure enough, he finds the picture, right? How you guys doing? Frontline, how you doing in the building? What's up, Fight Family, right? So he finds the picture, right? Let me share this with y'all. Okay. hold on. Because, you know, talk is cheap. You know what I'm saying? Proof is everything, right? Okay. Here we go. Let's see here. Bam! There's your boy. Oh, you guys see that jab right there? You see the look right. And this is the moment I was talking about um on that night, right? You see what it says here, right here. It says it right here in fine print, black and white. It says, oh, hold on, I gotta pull it up over here. I gotta be able to see it a little bigger. Okay, it says, Benno Chief from Springfield Boys Club fends off assault from Worcester, Edwin Montalvo, even though they spelled my name wrong, right? In the Golden Gloves, right? Then goes on to say, title bout. You see, it says title bout right there, right? Let the boy have his moment. Let me have my moment, okay? All right? Listen, all right? TKO stoppage in the third round. That was me, man. It was a good day for me. That was my moment. He took the time out of his day and he found this picture. That means a lot to me right there. It's just a cool moment. You know what I mean? You know, y'all lucky that you know what I'm saying. I didn't describe the moment like I was fighting for my people and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're lucky I didn't tell the event like, you know what I'm saying? I was a young 16-year-old slave taken from my native land. I was shackled, beaten, hungered. On the day of the fight, they brought me there and they told me, you need to fight for your people. And I was like, I will. And they took off the shackles and put on gloves. And I got in the ring and knocked them out and yelled, freedom. And on that day, my people were liberated and they were citizens. You're lucky I didn't tell the story like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like the fight was the most epic fight in the world. Like, you know what I mean? You know? Yo! Ah, let the boy have his moment. You know? Oh, this is cool as shit though, man. But that's boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, what's up? Yeah, man. Yeah, for life. Yo, you know what I mean? But that was a cool thing, and I appreciate that Armando a lot, man. Right there, it brings back a little bit of memories. I posted it all on Facebook and shit, all proud and shit, like you know, um, and my uncles responded, and my brothers and shit like that. They talked about it and stuff. Like it was cool, and you know what I mean, like what boxing does for some people, like Tank Davis, where it took him out of. He stood the course. Not a lot of us are fortunate enough to always stay in the course, when there's a lot of distractions out in the world, and this plagues out to a lot of, men and women. I know a lot of great fighters that never really got to, he was mentioning some like, from around my way, Bobby Harris and stuff. There was, those who know. Uh, those, and then it was like Jose Rivera was in there, and he became a world champion. Jose Rivera is Camachito's brother. Unfortunately, their family, this past week they lost their father. My condolences go out to Camachito and Jose. Um, may you guys find peace and you know and through these hard times. So yeah, speaking of Jose, that unfortunately I just recently like a day ago or something, and I've been trying to get a hold of him, but he's going through a lot of things right now. So I'll give him a couple of days and reach out to him. I already talked to him, but it was just quick, you know. Uh, so yeah, and it's life in life. life and where boxing has leaded some of these men and women. Devin Haney, comes from, you know, uh, money, right? And you would say to yourself, why would you fight? And it goes to show you that those kind of guys like Connor Ben, he was criticized for having a silver spoon in his mouth. And he goes, and that goes to show you that it's not about the money. I'm just a fighter. You don't always have to come from poverty. You know, there are fighters that their fathers or their mothers were world champions, and it was able to provide that to them. So, these are I talk about some of the starts and stuff that fighters could go and wear in boxing. You know, and we have a lot of interesting top stories right now. Rumors are all flying around right now with Teofimo Lopez's situation. What do you guys think about the one? Where's the future of the 140-pound weight division? Where's it headed? Jerron Boutin is announcing his fight. Like, where where is boxing going as we see all the men and women start to transition throughout the divisions? We're starting to see everybody just start to kind of migrate. All these young fighters that were young at one time are starting to fill into their body and they can no longer make the weight, such as Devin Haney, such as Ryan Garcia. We see it every day. Fighters are talking about it all the time, constantly. Maybe it's time for me to move up. Jerron Boots Ennis hinted to the fact Terrence Crawford just did it just as so. It seems like Errol Spence Jr. is moving up to the 154. So where does boxing's future lie right now? And like the new talent that's coming up. I really want to bring light and some of these guys' names up so that we can be familiar with these guys as we watch them go throughout their career. I also would like you guys to help me out in this. Give me some fighters. I don't have a team of ESPN personnel right here behind me that I can snap my finger and they can get it all. So collectively, I want to bring some of these exciting fighters. Who do you think is worthy and to for us to start to pay attention to? What fighter have you seen and say, "Hey, check this guy out"? You know, um, I'm bound by copyright infringement that I'm only limited to what I could put on. And it's a real gray area, right? They tell me that I can put on a video, but the same video I put on, I could be copyrighted for. I'm like, huh? She's like, well, the person that owns it says, no, they don't want you using it. Then if you use it for educational purposes, that doesn't mean that you can actually use it. I'm like, but huh? And then they're like, but if they allow you to use it for the education, then it's okay. You can use it. I'm like, lady, that don't make no sense. So, although I would love to make videos now and I know how to make them, I'm more familiar with it now. Man, I could put videos up and show you frame by frame of what I'm talking about. But since my video's already been hit with a strike behind that shit, when Camachito had the boxing going on because of Tank Davis, there's certain fighters they won't allow me to do. They just send me a link right now and they said to what was it? I think it was Naoya Inoue versus Stephen Kubo Fulton. And whoever has they don't want the Stephen Kubo Fulton knockout to be shown. So they told me, but all the other ones about Naoya Inoue, so I would be rolling the dice, and I think that guys at lower, they won't have a higher percentage. So we could show videos of that. I could break down techniques, stuff like that. Um, yeah, but that's what's going on too. And if you start to see a lot of these guys not putting out the videos, when you see those big platforms put out those videos with the whole video of the fighter, they're not monetizing that video. What they're doing is that they're taking a gamble, right? That video hits like so many views that it'll bring eyes to their channel. So although they won't get no money for that video they made, but it would be free because if you don't try to make money off of it, you can put the video up. So I'm starting to learn that shit, like technique like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I see. But my problem was is I was monetizing my videos. So I gotta that's the only thing I gotta figure out because this YouTube shit is real funny like that. They're like, yeah, you could use it, but we'll copyright you. I'm like, what? What you mean? Like, they was like, we're telling you you can use the video. We're telling you you can't use the video, but you can use the video. I'm like, what? But yeah, guys, what's up, front line? That's good point, front line. That's the problem. That's the problem right now. In boxing, when the business of boxing, frontline, right? Frontline says the way fighters are made has a ugh, my God. The way fighters are made has a chance. The way these boxers pick and choose who they fight and how much money they get. Now, that right there, right? That's the business of boxing. Just we'll stop right there, right? Because that's where boxing in it whole is where a lot of fight fans get frustrated. That is exactly right there. Let's talk about that right there, right? Here's the problem with that. And I talk about this a lot. Boxing is you can't although you could schedule an event, you really can't schedule it. It takes two fighters to say yes. That's where the problem lies. If boxing ran like on like a schedule, like if you had like a row of fighters and you were like, up, you're up next, beep, and they had to take that fight, right? They couldn't say no. When you eliminate the option of one guy saying no, both guys saying no, you'll get the fight. But as long as one guy can say, you know what, my mind's not into it, I'm not taking a fight. Uh, I think I want to go on vacation, see Disney World. I haven't seen it for the 15th time. This will be 16. I need to see it this year. They have a new theme and stuff. Like I can't miss it. Right? Whatever excuse you would make them fight. That's where right there. That's where the money, like that's where um the problem lies in boxing. Is that you're giving the other guy an option. No matter which one of you want to fight more, you can't make him fight you. And although there are a ranking system and mandatories that like organizations like the WBO are trying to like really like enforce here. You saw that they knocked off William Cepeda off their rank and the WBA, right? Wasn't it? Or was it the IBF? And two of them knocked William Cepeda down because they're saying, yo, we offer you to fight, you won't take it, then go to the back of the line. So, and these are some of the methods that are put in place to try to hold some of these fighters accountable to make them fight so that we can get some of these big fights. But not all fighters can do that. So let me read up on your messages. What's up, Bam Bam? How you doing in the building? Let me scroll up and catch up to you guys. I see you guys pouring in. What's up? I'm glad that you're okay. Okay, yeah, I saw that one. We all here now. Yep. The gang's all here. Yeah, we are. Yo, so like that's where the frustration I think comes in from a lot of us because the expectation of thinking that, oh no, this guy's gonna take the fight. As we can see Teal's really circus act. What more can I say? Um, you can get Teal misunderstood, and I'm pretty sure we are. I just don't know what he's thinking anymore. Um, to be going in negotiation with Subriel and so for them to make it public that they've been talking since October. You've been talking since October, and you guys, excuse me, and you guys haven't got this done. Like, then Teal's situation. I tried to talk this out with my friend, and I said, well, maybe he doesn't take the Subriel fight because you take a title fight, you win a belt, they got to sign you for 5 more fights at top rank, and you unify. And then I was like, okay, maybe that's not why he's doing it. And then no sooner that I say that, I see Tio in an interview saying he wants out of his contract. So I'm scratching my head and I'm saying to myself, so why don't you fight Subriel for the 4 million, right? And get out of your contract and get a big name with you in the ring. Then I didn't see which way he was going. Then all of a sudden, I wake up, Elvis Rodriguez's name is being thrown around with Subriel, and I start to get worried. And I'm just sitting here and I'm looking at Teal's situation. I'm saying, come on, Teal, man. Like, I mean, you got so much heat over Terrence Crawford. You went to Jerron Boutenis, Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney, and the list goes on. Um, I just don't know where Teal's gonna what he really wants to do. Then I wake up today and I see another announcement. Now, I'm at the point where the little boy cried wolf a little bit too much, and I'm really not gonna say anything until like things, you know, are sketched in stone a little bit more because where does that leave Subriel Matias now and his fans and the hope that everybody was going to actually see Teofimo Lopez versus Subriel Matias? We were talking about that fight, and that's some of the shit I talk about, guys. It's like, but these were real negotiations, though. At least we can admit that, and they acknowledged it was going since October. So it was worth breaking down that fight, and the possibilities. That's actually was worth it, because that was a possibility. It wasn't like a fight where Terrence Crawford, I mean, absolutely no paperwork, no negotiate. You know what I'm saying? Not something like that. So I can agree to that, where that, but I do want to see some of these big fights. The biggest fight right now, kicking off the year, has got to be David the Monster Benavides and David Morrell. I mean, come on, guys. Bam Bam sends me the thing. They were showing the workouts and then open shadow boxing inside of the ring. And I'm just, you're just getting a look at the guys. And you can't really tell too much. You can't, I don't have X-ray vision. I can see an injury, right? My perception, um, be fighting and stuff like that, as you could see, look, you saw my picture. I mean, come on, right? Right? So, um, I've never really saw guys come into a boxing match 100%. They're always masking some kind of injury. Trust me when I tell you this. Yo, it is very rare when a guy gets into a fight, in a big fight like this, because at this point in these men's career, they've had like a lot of injuries. And look, believe me when I tell you, you're dealing with a lot of guys with, you know, machismo. And these guys are not going to cry over injuries. They're gonna go to their house and they're gonna sleep on the couch and they're gonna try to sleep it off. Trust me, we do it all the time. Not all of us had all the money in the world to have all these, not until you reach, and then you start noticing these champions right after they like win title fights. He went in for surgery, yeah, because he could afford it now. He went in for this hand bar, and you see, Shakur Stevenson hit the bag, real like, bang! Is it, bro? I bet you that was years in the making when it finally gave out on him. I bet you his hand, like, and some of these athletes don't got time to take care of these injuries. They're like, okay, this year I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna fix this shoulder. Hey, champ, what? 4 months, title shot. Can you be ready? Yeah, you're not gonna pass up on opportunities sometimes. So these guys, I was looking at David the Monster Benavidez. I'm looking at him and stuff, and I got to see at least that. Then I just needed to check on some things, so I started watching some other stuff. But I'm gonna go back and look at when Morel gets in, and really like look at the guys and stuff and get a feel for what they're looking like. At this point, they've already made their weights. It's gonna be the weight before the fight and fight night. So, um, it's all going. It's good to see, like that, because I've seen situations in fights, right, where both fighters weighed in. I mean, they literally weighed in. The next day, the fight was they had to get a replacement, or the fight was canceled. And I was like shocked, like, we just saw him get on the scale, like, and cutting that weight, it was too much for the fighter. I've seen that. It's dangerous, these weight cuts. It's not good for your liver and kidneys all the time. And as you get older, you got to watch how you're doing it. That's why it's good to kind of try to stay around your weight while you don't have fights scheduled, because it'll be easy to condition your body to cut that weight. But yeah, I would like to see this fight right here, man. I'm telling you right now. What's up, my man? How you doing in the building? Look it, I'm not sure about that statement. I'm not sure. I don't think that everybody in the division is scared of Subir, the champions. At some point, I think Tio would definitely fight him. Why he's not fighting him now? You would have to ask Tio. I um I have no words for that. Every time I say something, this motherfucker gets up and announces another fight. I'm scared to say anything. If I say something about this guy, he's gonna announce another guy tomorrow. I guarantee you, bro. I'm gonna stop saying things. Who's Tio fighting? I don't know. Shit. So nice. Juan Pedro Rodriguez, Junior welterweight, 2-0, two knockouts, sponsored PR. Haney, LeBron, super featherweight, 15-0 with 10 knockouts, Puerto Rican fighter. Yeah, a cruiserweight, 4-0. At Lopez, I saw that right there at the top. That's interesting. A super featherweight, 14-0 and 12 knockouts. From Casamon, Puerto Rico. Juan Paul Rodriguez, Junior welterweight. Juan Paul Rodriguez. Where have I? Is that these names are so familiar? There's always a Juan Paul Rodriguez, man, or you know what I'm saying? They're so familiar sometimes. These names. That's some good shit right there. Okay, I gotta write some of these fighters down. I gotta write some of these fighters down because I'm definitely gonna have to go back. I'll do that in a little bit and go back and check out some of these fighters. I know I haven't. What? They go, well, you heard of what happened to the what? Mm. Oh yeah, and Armando too. I watched that documentary and shit. Right, that shit's crazy. Right, they just went into a lot of points in the documentary. We could talk about it on some other times. There's a lot of things you got to take out of that shit. Right, but yo, I'm telling you, it's like right up the alley. But let me not get too much into politics because and then Big Bro will be up in the air, CIA jumping through my window and shit. Freeze! I'm like, ah! I got the microphone running with it and shit. Bro, we're supposed to kill you guys. Yeah, you know. So, definitely like, yo, guys. Oh, one more thing. One more thing. I'm glad I got you all here for this announcement right here. Okay. All right. This is what's going to go. This is what's going to go down. This is how it's going to go down, and that's it. It's the way it is. Armando, send me your address on my online. I'm going to send you the hoodie sweater. So we are not going to be giving out the hoodie sweater on the fight night because I'm gonna give that one to Armando. I am then gonna go on tonight, but I'm gonna make a shirt. It's gonna be a dope one, trust me, right? But I want to give the first hoodie to Armando for the show because, like, that's gonna be a classic. So Armando, like in a third world country, like an ambassador or a ruler, like if he offers you a gift and you say no, like what, like throw that dude in with the lions and shit, right? You can't say no. So although even if you were to try to say no, I'm not gonna let you say no, right? Because I want to just give you that right there as a token of my appreciation too. So just let me give it to you, right? It's no big deal, right? But that's gonna be the official sweater because eventually this shit is gonna kick off. They're gonna be everywhere. And Armando could actually say, yo, I got the original. That would be really big. Maybe in 20 years when we get older, I might ask it for it back and be like, Armando, listen. Right? Nah, but let me do that, bro. All right. So don't say no. If I look down and you say no, 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 I'm not gonna accept it. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't because I'll have the chat cut off your hands. Yeah, definitely like world leader dictator shit and shit. What? Wait, he said no? Like off with his hands then. Like, right? So, because I just wanted to do something cool for you. I'm gonna work through the night. I got some stuff I want to put on it, and then I need you to send me your address, and then I want to send you that, right? Because that was really, really cool. And yo, that was cool, man. It was just I'm like lost for words and shit. You know what I mean? It almost puts me in that situation where I'm like, oh, see, look, like right, but I always knew I'm not a fucking storyteller or a liar. I'm a grown ass man. No, I know I did this shit, right? So I didn't doubt me, but still, it was just a cool thing to do, and I just want to show my appreciation. So, yo, my man, thank you, man. Yo, that shit it was just too cool, man. It really was. So, yeah, guys, I wanted to hop on for a little while. I know that we wanted to go on at 9 in this What's Up app thing and we could still do that. You know what I'm saying? We could still go. Well, I'm gonna go on, hop on. I just wanted to hop on a little bit, shoot the shit, show my picture and shit, and let me have my moment. You know what I mean? My moment, my time. You know what I mean? Did I ever tell you about the story? I won the Golden Gloves. I fought Ben Ortiz. Yeah, this dude, he was like 6'5". Yeah, 6'5", 315, 320, somewhere like that. They said they kept him back in grade and shit. He had a full beard and shit. And I was like 16 years old. I was sitting there like, you know what I mean? And while I was watching him, you know what I'm saying? The coach was shooting like mad steroids in his ass, and he was actually chewing a bottle. The bottle said steroid right on it and shit. But there was no time to back out now. I knew that I was in for a fight, So I said to myself, you're going down, So I went out there, flew like a butterfly, stung like a bee, and he couldn't touch me. Couldn't touch me. Nah, it was just too fast, too quick. You know what I mean? I was all over him, And then at one moment in the fight, um, the referee came over to me and he went like this to my face. And all of a sudden I was blind in the ring and I couldn't see. And he hit me and I was like, no, right? And I started wiping my eyes. And then I thought of my training with the blindfold on. And I started hearing his punch come by. And I moved. And he couldn't get me. Right? And then all of a sudden, in a quick moment, and down he went. And then all of a sudden I could see. And then that girl appeared in the first row right there. And that's all I could see was her pretty face. I mean, that's basically how it went down. The story. I mean, that's more or less right on that line, right around. That's yeah, right in there. You don't gotta fact check that. But thank you, fight fans, man. Look, I'm gonna go get a quick bite to eat. And I'm gonna hop on this thing and we're gonna talk to some of my guys. And we got some real interesting stuff for the show. I hope you join. I hope you subscribe. I hope you like the videos. And like I said, I'm looking forward to some of these big fights. I'm about to make another video about Naoya Inoue and this Sam Goodman fight, man. I wanted to live up to a good fight. Sam Goodman, the Australia, he's from Australia and he's coming in and he's going to give it his all. And we're going to talk about it. So fight fans, thank you for tuning in right now. Just wanted to make a short one tonight. And thank you to all my loyal supporters. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to the thousands of Round One subscribers. These are the things that you guys do for me, and I appreciate it. And I just wanted to hop on real quick and give thanks and, show my appreciation and talk a little bit about a couple things that we're going to talk about later on, probably tomorrow and stuff. And we'll see where we go from that. So fight fans, love you guys. Love yourselves. Be good to yourselves. And like always, I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. You guys have been the best. Armando, peace, fight fam.